Hey, finally, I've got those clothes alterations done, and here is a video showing you exactly what I've done. So if you haven't seen this yet, it's a video or two back, and it's called clothing adjustments or something along those lines. I haven't decided yet. And I'm just showing you how I've taken some fabulous pieces that I really love, but are just not working for me in any way. I don't wear them because they're either too tight, too long, too short, too baggy, not the right colour, not the right shape, and I've crafted them into something special. Can't wait to show you. So why don't we just get into it? But quickly before I do, I would just give you a quick rundown. Zara New Season Skinny, Gucci belt, H&M combat boots, so comfortable, Portman's trench, Origin scarf and bag, and then the first of my actual pieces that I've adjusted. Oh, it's all happening. I'm going to show you. So here it is. I'm going to now show you a picture of it before. And here it is after. So this was a vintage dress I found, pure wool, stunning. It was a size 12. Oh, and by the way, I'll tell you about this in a minute. Sorry, I'm really excited. It was a size 12 vintage size, which is about a 6 now. Really, it truly is. And it was this short little dress, absolutely superb. It came to about here. And even with tights on, there was no way I was going to wear that. It just looked awful. It did not suit me. And belting it in made it like at my crotch. So there's just no way. I did want to keep it because I love it. Check out this neckline and this great finger. Look at the detail here. Look at the detail on the body. Look at these beautiful covered buttons. It is absolutely exquisite. I love it so much. And I did not want to let it go. And I did not want it to sit in my wardrobe. So I cut it off. Yes, I did. I cut about this much off. In fact, I can show you. Here it is. So that was the bit from the bottom. And I just cut it straight off and then I hemmed it. Now, I'm going to show you how I hemmed it. It was actually pretty easy. I literally laid it flat, okay? And I measured carefully. Please measure. measure, and always give yourself extra length. So I do like this is just on my hip bone, and I do like that I can tuck it in. And then I used just a very loose straight stitch, and I just carefully went round. I didn't even pin. I just folded it over inside out and went over it and just gently stitched it, and it's just worked beautifully. You can also use a zigzag stitch on knits, which I want to show you in a second, but it depends on the knit, and the zigzag will give you a wavy effect, but that's okay if that's what you're after. So French tucking this, I actually wore this out this morning. Look how fabulous. I absolutely adore it. I love this unique collar, and I love that I can layer it under things. It's thin enough. It's absolutely beautiful. So thrilled with this. So you can't be afraid. If you're not brave enough, then take it to a tailor, but it's easy to do at home. And then with this, I thought you could also jazz it up a bit. So not only wearing it with jeans, but a little collar like this over the existing collar. I mean, how completely gorgeous would that be? Oh! So you can dress it up with a lovely pencil skirt. You know, gosh, there's so much you could do with this. There you go. That's the first item. And then I'll show you some more. This was a Zara knit dress. It was a long column dress. Really long. Love. Absolutely adore this knit. Love the super long sleeve. Love the neckline. Love the colours. Obsessed with it. Came, you know, with the bottom half before I chopped it off, of course. And as I said, it would come down to maybe, I don't know, mid-calf. And I love knit skirts. So I thought of the idea of chopping it off and having a top and a skirt. And I was kind of umming and ahhing about it because I didn't know whether it would work because it's such a fine loose knit, but it has worked. And again, the thing is, I was not wearing it. It's a column dress. It doesn't suit my figure. Even belted in, it looked stupid. It just didn't look good, and I want to wear it. So I thought I can lop it off. If it doesn't work, no loss, because I'm not going to wear it anyway, but it's what? So all I did, and it helped that this had stripes on it, you know. So all I did was I very carefully measured how long, and then I cut along one of the stripes, okay? And then here's the skirt. I'll show you that in a second. And then what I did here was I actually machine stitched it, but I used the zigzag stitch. Can you see how great that looks? And I love that fluted effect. It actually looks really, really pretty on, and it even looks good. I know this is bizarre, but this just goes to show it's the small details. It even looks good with the skirt, you know, as a set, a cord. And here is the actual skirt. So all I did for this, was I folded it over along that line, because I had the lines to help guide me, which is really handy. If you don't have lines, you can use tailor's chalk, of course. And then I just basically did, again, just a regular stitch, and then I threaded it with an elastic, but I used a broad flat elastic about that deep, probably about 1.5 centimeters deep. And it looks fantastic on. I'm so excited. I'm going to put them on and show you at the end of this, but it's so cool. I'm so excited and so happy. Oh, and also here is a picture of this dress before. So you can see how fabulous it is now. All right, now I'm going to show you more, but before I do, I'll just tell you what happened with my finger. This is the culprit, this one. So what I did, I was just desperate to get these done, and I was going to send them to a tailor, and I was struggling to find one. So on Facebook, I somehow stumbled across this woman in my suburb. She lived like 3-minute drive away. So she said, come over now. So I moved around and saw her. But she basically laughed at me every time I pulled out something. Like, really? I mean, this woman does fine wedding dresses, you know, so I don't know. I did tell her it was just basic hemming and stuff. Anyway, she just kind of laughed every time I brought something out, and sort of came up with things like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. Anyway, I left her with a zip to insert in a dress and took everything else home with me. I said, fine, don't do it. And I came home and I just thought, screw it, I can do this. So I got out the sewing machine and I was whizzing through this along the bottom, and because it's so slippery and fine, I somehow got my finger in it. And I was just recently thinking about this Project Runway where a woman went through her finger, and I was just that morning thinking, I never have done that. And then anyway, I did it. So it went through, the needle went through, and then I screamed and pulled it. So it not only was a vertical injury, it was also lateral. So I've basically got this. So excuse the finger, but it was worth it because look at the result. Okay, now this one. This was a Shane dress that I bought some time ago, and my God, it's exquisite. Check out these sequins and that deco pattern. It's absolutely beautiful, fully lined, stunning, stunning. I bought it, I put it on, and it fits. It's quite loose up here. Sleeves are sensational, love the V, but it was very, very tight on my thighs, and it ended up just being too tight, and also it was just too short. So I decided to chop it off, and everyone was screaming about it, don't do it, don't do it. Anyway, I did it. So all I did was I just got a pair of scissors and I very carefully just cut along this patterning here. See that chevron pattern? And I also did, you can see how I've done it. I also did the lining to match. I mean, it's not perfect, but you can't see it, who cares? And it looks sensational on, and I adore it, and I cannot wait to wear it. And I can either wear it out with a belt, or I can wear it tucked in. Delighted. And I'll actually wear it. I'll wear it. And before and after. Love. Right, this next one, this was just a nasty gal. It was a dress. Let's have a look at it now. And after, I just lopped it off. It's a PU fabric, but it's got this beautiful, almost oyster-like shimmer through it. And it was very easy to cut, does not need hemming. It does have a lining, like a nylon lining, and what I'll probably do is very carefully, without burning the house down, please, I take no responsibility if you burn your house down, is to just seal those ends with a little bit of a flame. Otherwise you can overlock, of course. But obsessed with this. Love the colour, love the snaps, love the poofy sleeve, love the collar. Everything about it sensational, but it was this little skinny shorty dress, and oh no. And I had actually bought it planning to chop it off, and it was on sale. I think it cost like $9. So I knew I couldn't go wrong. Anyway, it's sensational. It's so gorgeous, and I'm gonna wear it. Really happy. All right, this next one, I'll show you the before. And here is the after. So I bought this probably, gosh, over a year ago. And it's a cute little dress, really sweet. Actually loved the top, but it was just sitting too high. Like this waistband was right up here, and it just didn't flatter me. It just didn't look good on me. Made my bum look lower. It's already low enough. And yeah, it just wasn't working. I knew I'd rock it and wear it as a skirt, and I love it as a skirt. So again, all I did was I cut it off above that waistband. So basically this type of fabric continued up, and I just gently cut it off. You can see here. And then I actually overlocked, because this is so woven, I overlocked the edge, and then I just flipped it over very carefully, not gathering in this tie, being very careful. I just sewed around the top, again, just with a long loose stitch. That was it. And it's sensational. And I'm gonna wear it! Delighted. And the last one was this H&M blazer that I bought thrifted. It was probably about $9. And beautiful fabric, really gorgeous shape and style, construct, everything, great quality. But I don't like the double-breasted. It was just looking too boxy on me. I was not wearing it. And I wanted to try the gilet thing. I always struggle to find gilets that I like. So I chopped the sleeves off. Let me just show you the before. So all I did was I just chopped off the sleeve very, very close to the actual armhole, and you can see here that I haven't even overlocked it yet. But I just then basically wrapped the fabric around. Now, because blazers, well, most of them anyway, or probably all of them, have some kind of structure. So this has a light shoulder pad and then lots of stitch structure around the armhole. It's actually very easy to just gently pull that fabric through, and then I just basically overstitched it around, and it sits beautifully. Let me just put it on and show you. I really think it looks fantastic. It still has that beautiful structured shoulder, and then the rest here can either just, of course, you know, hang, or it can be belted in. It looks really good belted in as well, or even double breast. I mean, I don't know if I'd double breast it, but the thing is now, without the sleeves, I would probably double breast it with a coat over the top. And because it doesn't have bulky sleeves, then I can fit a coat over the top. And also it has that little bit of a shoulder pad, so even a lovely long line cardigan draped over the top of this would be fantastic. So lots of options, lots of ways to wear it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's so easy to do. So if you have a blazer like this that you're unhappy with, give it a go. What have you got to lose? You know, unless it's a Dolce & Gabbana, give it a go. And then, I didn't have changed at all. I did try to take this in. It's just too dirndl-like, it's just too full, and I wanted to chop off like that much. So it was still quite full. The tailor was just, yeah, it was just too hard with her. Anyway, I actually tried running a seam, and it proved too difficult because of the lining, and also because the skirt actually has tiers, and it's very important to match them up, and I'm just not that skilled. So I'm leaving it as is. I know in winter I can wear it fine because I can wear jackets and coats over it and it will look really good, but in summer it's too poofy. So by summer, if I decide that I really want to get some of the fabric taken out, then I will find another tailor. And then the other thing I didn't have adjusted is this beautiful vintage dress with this incredible embroidery. Again, it was just too difficult for her. And also I was getting a bit frustrated. So because I would have needed this taken in, I would have needed basically making it into a skirt. We had to talk about what waistband we'd use, if we'd use the black. I didn't like the idea of black. Insertion of the, you know, taking out the boning, and I can always wear it as a skirt with the bodice in place just by wearing things over it. So I decided to let that one go for now. That's the end of my clothing makeover. It was so much fun, and I'm thrilled, as you can well tell, at the outcome of these beautiful pieces. I figure if you're not wearing it, you might as well do something with it if you still love it, and I still love all of these pieces. Okay, check you soon. Peace. Get sewing.